Just want to welcome you guys to just a little video, Outriders. Um, this this game is a bit of mixed emotions for me. I wasn't really into it when I first saw the ad, and well, I guess I'm not going to play it. Um, so I wanted to make this video, and rather than have you look at a blank screen, I'm just gonna play another gamble game. Um, you know, it's just another gamble game that, except this one works. Um, I'm a little, I'm aggravated because, I mean, I went through all the growing pains of the release of that game. And first off, I'm gonna say I love the gameplay. Outriders is it's a fun game. It's not a great game. I mean, I'll be the first to admit that it's not. Um, and um, everything they've done with the server issue, I mean, I worked through the growing pains of that. Like a friend of mine and I, we played from noon until 5 o'clock the next morning, every night. We took a break when the servers crashed or whatever. We took a break. We went and had lunch or dinner, whatever, and came back, and it was okay. It's like that's perfectly fine. Nah, didn't really worry about that. It's like it's a new game. I think it had more hype than what they thought of. Putting on the Xbox thing, makes perfect sense of why the servers would be a big thing because everybody gets to play it. Um, damn, I don't play with all in people. That's all they do is all in. I don't care if it's fake money. It's stupid play. But I just the gear game is awesome. I mean, the gameplay itself is really good. The gunplay, all that stuff. Like I said, past the server issues. Well, then I started running into a problem, and when the server issues first started, I thought it was maybe my Starlink satellite dish because that's what I use. That's what I'm playing. Um, so I'm like, all right, well, I still have DSL for the time being, so I'm just gonna switch it over to DSL. So I did. I kept it over DSL and I just kept playing. Um, but even with my DSL, when I was joined with a friend of mine, the three bars on the top right corner were always red, constantly red. And I don't really understand the whole thing. I believe it's a network thing. I don't know. The whole thing of joining someone else's game to me is kind of stupid. Like for instance, if you're playing with somebody, they lose connection, your your host, your game freezes, and you just sit there. You sit there and you don't have anything. You can control delete. You can't even alt F4. Doesn't recognize it. You can control tab and hit the X, but it should revert back. Say, you're going to be playing your own session now. The other thing I noticed is we played the game from World Tier 1 all the way up to World Tier, I think we're at 14 right now. when we got to World Tier 12 on his game, we logged in later and played again, but he joined me, and we were only like World Tier 10. So for whatever reason, my World Tier progression didn't go up. Yesterday, started having an issue where, because I played Sunday afternoon with my other character, um, and then we joined each other. We started playing for a little bit, and it seems like every third time I talk to an NPC, or if I talk to an NPC and then went right back to that NPC, the same NPC, I would crash to desktop. So I'm like, what is this? Because of that, I had 2 quests that I couldn't get rewards for, and I had to play them over again. The funny thing is, I did them today, and I went in, and I mean, my build is not perfect. It's maxed as much as it probably can be. But we did a mission, and we did it pretty easily. So I went in today to replay that mission because I had to get this, to get the bounty, or what, not the bounty, but the reward. And I didn't, the same world tier, everything except solo, same character. As soon as it initiated, the boss comes down off the rock, stares at you, and jumps across the map and swipes me to my death. And it's like, I could not continue. I could not beat him. I couldn't even damage him at all. So I went back. I respec my gear to weapon damage. Went back. I got him down about 3/4. And that was it. That's all I could do. And the mobs came in and everything. And last night, I mean, between the 2 of us, we wiped him. And so yeah, I got frustrated and I kicked it down. Then I wanted to make a video. I wanted to show my progress, the build, kind of talk about some of these things that I'm talking about now with the game. And with OBS on, the game will not load. If you have OBS on, and I'm pretty sure this is that stupid anti-cheat, because the Division has the same problem. If you want to record an OBS with the Division, you have to leave the game on for at least 20 minutes before you can start recording. So I did that with this game, with not this game, obviously, with Outriders. I turned it on, I did some things, made some lunch, came back, fired the game up, and then I launched, the game was fired up, and then I fired up OBS. And it didn't matter. As soon as OBS started, as soon as I fired my gun, boom, take me right back to desktop. I played today for, like I said, I think I played for probably an hour and a half. And I didn't have a single disconnect, with the NPCs like I did last night. Last night was just infuriating. In a 6-hour playthrough? Well, it was like after every other mission. It was infuriating. And it's like, I mean, I'm watching videos and I'm seeing the rants and people being really, disgusted with the game. I wasn't. I mean, I was, whatever it was until last night. I mean, I got so frustrated with the game. I don't feel they should have released it on a holiday weekend, and I understand it's not a holiday for everybody. And I feel that they should have let the people that pre-bought the game play the game. And then once they knew the servers were good, then open up to the Xbox free pass thing. you know, to get to feel it out a little bit, you know. I mean, yes, you're paying for a membership at Xbox, you're playing, you know, you have all these other games for free. So if you have to wait 2 weeks to get this game, you know, to get Outriders for free, it's not, to me, it's not that big of a deal. I wouldn't care, you know. I'm not buying the game. Why would I care? And I felt that that's a step that people can fly and Square Enix and all that, you know, could have done, in my opinion. And I know Square Enix has kind of had some of a bad rap because of Avengers or whatever, but I just felt that it's too bad that such a fun game is such a struggle. You know what I mean? It's kind of it's scary to me because it's, you know, I've the last what, I don't know, between the Division 2 being, in my opinion, not as good as the first one and doesn't live up to my expectations of what I expected when I paid the, you know, the extra money for the highest version. Um, it's just not. It's disappointing. I mean, I held off on Anthem until it was on sale. Um, but now it's like I have this game. You know, I pre-bought it, so I have the Hellraisers pack, and every time I log in, I got another set. You know, the 4 sets now of Hellraiser stuff. In order to fix that, you have to create another character, put all the Hellraiser stuff in it, and then delete that character. You know, so I did that, and then I logged in today and got all the Hellraiser stuff again. That's frustrating. There's little things about it, you know. It's like we had my buddy and I were in a mission last night where you were getting stuck on things on the ground, or the boss or the mob of ads would pin you against a wall, and you can't even see because the camera encroaches on you, so you can't see anything. You know, so it's like, how do you fight from that? You know, I don't know why when you're close to that, why it doesn't zoom you out. You know, zoom you out of that area, you know, further back, give you a bigger field of view. You can kind of see what's going on, you know, but it didn't do that. So it's kind of frustrating in that aspect of it, you know. Um, and I know you guys probably tuned out already because I had poker on, but for the ones that haven't, you know, I want to, you know, thank you guys for sticking it out. It's like the game doesn't deserve like bad rap, but they have a lot of work to do, I think, to redeem from this last weekend. There's a lot of things, and I know I read somewhere or saw that they were having a patch, and Reddit's great. Whatever, if you want to use Reddit, use Reddit, but you need to have forums. If you build a game, you need to have a set of forums for bugs, or just why should anybody have to scroll through Reddit and all the many posts when you, and it doesn't even have to be a full set of forums. It can just be one thing for bug reports, you know. If you don't want anybody to put their opinion, that's fine, you know what I mean. They can do that at Reddit. But for me, it would be awesome for me to log into something and say, oh, okay, this is what people are doing to fix this, or this is that. I've spent time in Reddit. I can't find anything on what I want to know. You know, it's frustrating that a game doesn't. That to me is part of the player support, is to have a set of forums. I mean, Division has them. Nobody reads them but the moderators. But at least you get to log in to one place. You get to scroll through some stuff, do some quick searches, whatever, and find some information from other players. That's valuable to me as a consumer. That's valuable. It's not valuable for me to have to scroll through Reddit. I don't. I've never used Reddit, so And now I've started using Reddit because of Starlink. And you know, Starlink is, it's not as difficult. There's not as many people posting, and half the time I'm not really looking for anything out of the ordinary, you know. Um, but I just wanted to take a few minutes. I know it's been 15 minutes of poker, but I wanted something in the background so that you weren't just staring at a black screen. Um, but it's, I'm really hoping they get, you know, I'm kind of regretting, I'm regretting my last post saying that it would be a game of the year, because right now it's not. I mean, I'm I'm playing right now one character, the Pyromancer. Actually, I'm playing two characters. I have four at level 7, but I played the Pyromancer all the way through, finished the game, and that was the other thing we did. So we're sitting on level, what, 39 gear, and we do the first um, excursion or expansion or whatever it's called. And the time limit, oh yeah, the time limit is 16 minutes. We did it in 11. We got gold. We opened it. We each got one purple and a ton of blues. And it's like, wow, that's cool. You know, we got all that. That's awesome. Um, so we pulled it in, started looking it all over, and it was all level 35 gear. It's like we just beat it in under 5 minutes. Level 39 character. Why doesn't it scale up? You know, I mean, obviously it wasn't easy. Why doesn't it scale up to match, at least match the gear that you have? I mean, it was all 35 stuff, and we're like, I'm not going to waste resources trying to bring that up. You know, so that kind of tarnished us. Um, we went in after that. We basically played through the whole mission, and then from there, we started going back doing the hunts, um, doing the hunts and the bounties and stuff like that to try to get that better gear. Um, but it's, I don't know, it's to do the excursion or whatever the hell it's called, and to get less gear, less level gear than what you're currently wearing. It's kind of aggravating, in my opinion. It's kind of disappointing. Um, and you know, it's like we are world tier 14 when we tried it, and I don't even think the world tier even carries over to it. I think it's all its own thing. It's, you know, it, as it is right now. I'm I'm a bit disappointed in Outriders. Um, so excited, was so excited for it. And in a month or the end, maybe 2 months, I guess, Biomutant's out, and I'm really hoping that that brings lifts my spirits up. I'm hoping that people can fly, make some adjustments, fix some things, and make it so that everybody can be excited about it. That's my that's my hope. So if you made it through this video, uh, thank you. I understand if you didn't like the poker game, but I didn't I didn't think of anything. I didn't really have anything else I wanted to put in there. And I'm like, I want something in the background. So I went with this. But anyways, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, give me a comment. Um, Negative, positive, don't matter as long as it's destructive. And take care of each other. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Thank you.